This is Black History Month. This is Johnny Oleski's letter asking for the Department of Justice to investigate my kidnapping in 2011. I was stolen by the state of Maryland because I was making a documentary about your Democratic Party and the money you make off of black bodies. Like I said, that's the U.S. Department of Justice. All right? Nobody wants to address this issue. I filed my criminal charges against Scott Shellenberger, and I'm showing you that white people are immune to the laws in Baltimore. White people have immunity. Scott Shellenberger. This case been in effect for 2 years, and nobody wants to address it. I'm a victim here. These are your elected officials. That's Adrian Jones. All right? This is on a PDF file. So I'm going to show you about being black in Baltimore. Good morning. I'm glad you accepted my email. They got a lot of emails, but they never respond. I'm a whistleblower. The same way that y'all went after President Trump, I want y'all to go after these officials here. You got FCC violations. All right? All these are links. Because like I said, I've been doing a documentary about y'all since 2006. I got everything documented. And these are the people that have this information that I'm giving you now. Shows you that black people don't have no rights. President Trump got it. Chief Justice Roberts of the Supreme Court. Judge Bennett in federal court. Governor Hogan. Brian Frost. Judge Cox. Mayor Jack Young. Baltimore City Council President. All right. These are the people that got it and don't want to do nothing about it. All right. Shows their names. So you can't say that you represent the people when you deny people their rights. You can't say that you represent us when you deny us blatantly not to address this. The law that tears black families apart. It's the war on drugs. You want to stop the violence? You want to stop the killing? I gave you a ceasefire program in 2006. I gave you a ceasefire program a long time ago. Yeah. For filming a documentary. False imprisonment for filming a documentary. I was filming a documentary because I'm a caterer. I've been in y'all's houses. I know the laws y'all make. I know the deals you make. You locked me up in Illinois and in Maryland to keep this hidden. Hidden facts. And the Department of Justice got that. I'm a whistleblower from 2008. And President Obama asked for an investigation. I'm an honorably discharged veteran. I work with Out for Justice. I'm a member of Out for Justice. That's the Supreme Court, 2007. I told them I was making this movie and this documentary. The Supreme Court in 2007 because I wanted to end the war on drugs. You can get my information from the clerk. Chief Justice Roberts, that's the follow-up letter. All right? Yeah, you charged me with terrorism, so we're going to take this to the Supreme Court. ACLU to NAACP, nobody want to address that. So I sent it to President Trump. That's President Obama. That's Wesley Lowry. He got all this. All right? Justin Fenton got all this. And they signed for it to make sure that I proved that they got it. All right? I got emails. And you go to Mr. Congressman Cummings' office right there and get these. Because I'm showing you that you are shielding the corruption and the money y'all make off of black bodies. I had a meeting with Congressman Cummings on the 13th of August. We want to audit. A federal and a state audit on Jace Grill and James Hammond, Paul Weinblatt. We want to follow the money. That's Governor O'Malley. The Get Shorty program. The Get Shorty program. And that's the Shorty program. Economic, political, medical, and environmental. I gave you a good program. And we're putting this program in my homeless program. I gave you jobs, I gave you careers, not jobs. Talking about the murder and death of our kids. Yours, mine, and ours. That's my son. I have a vested interest in this conversation. Supporters of Shorty. These are the white people that support Shorty that the establishment refused to acknowledge and address. It's the Maryland Black Caucus, and it shows you who knew what and when. See, Teller Branch, Ed Norris, 2009. Y'all had this in 2009, Get Shorty program. This is my third attempt to be heard. And that's Governor O'Malley, and it's the same thing with Governor Hogan. Y'all don't want to address racism. You don't want to address your money-making machine. But like I said, I was making a movie about y'all. That's Governor O'Malley, parole and probation. That's the Baltimore Sun, ABC, NBC, 98 Rock, 92Q. Yeah, all of y'all knew about this. That's my lawyer. They participated in this. They participated in this. And that's Governor Hogan. Yeah. Had Governor Hogan last week shake my hand. Now this is going to solidify what Governor Hogan knows. He can't say that he don't know me. He can't say that he don't know what I'm talking about. Because he get this every day from Kiefer Mitchell. He get this every day. Dear Governor Hogan. Yeah. Governor Hogan is shielding the corruption and racism because he makes a lot of money off of this. Brian Frost, the Peter Francott. And like I said, Oleski asked for an investigation and nobody did nothing yet. We're talking about opioid abuses in Spring Grove Medical Facility. We're talking about abusing inmates in Spring Grove Medical Facility. That's Adam May. He got an hour-and-a-half interview, and I signed for this. Kai Jackson know about it. Vic Carter know about it. Mary Mubala. Yeah, all of y'all know about it. That's why you got FCC violations. You need your licenses took because you exploit black tragedies. You demonize black people. Yeah, you use your station to demonize us. That's from 2011. Like I said, I'm making a documentary about y'all. About being black in America. January 3rd. Adam May. Yeah, I asked Adam May to play that whole hour-and-a-half interview. That's the Office of the Attorney General, Doug Gansler. In 2013, Doug Gansler told me to go to the Department of Justice. Department of Justice Civil and Criminal Division. And I did. And I asked for an audit. I want to audit on Baltimore City, Baltimore County Police Department. I want to audit on Baltimore City and Baltimore County State's Attorney's Office and the judges. Because I was making a movie about y'all. That's my producer, Rob Fix. And the movie was about Governor O'Malley and his mom machine. U.S. Department of Justice. That's my ID number right there. And it was received by the State's Attorney's Office. Right here it says, thank you for visiting the Maryland House of Judiciary Committee. Unfortunately, your request for the grand jury is not a matter that we should address. No, you don't want us to go to the grand jury because you're going to go to jail. You use laws to protect you, to shield you from going to the grand jury. And Nick Mosby participates in it. Marilyn Mosby participates in it. United States District Court, Judge Bennett. I've exhausted my remedies. Now I need to go to the Supreme Court on a writ of certiorari. That's your Maryland Black Legislative Caucus. And that's Mayor Pugh, Senator Pugh. She's going to be my main witness in this whole fiasco because she knows about all of this. The Maryland Black Caucus, 2009. Yeah. Shows you how our government been hiding this story. And then they locked me up because they thought they was going to get rid of all this evidence. But I got the 2009 videos. I got the 2009 emails. I got the emails tying y'all together. Showing you that you do not do your job. It's Congressman Cummings. Shows Congressman Cummings' role that he plays in it too. false imprisonment, police brutality, judicial fraud, prisoners' right advocacies, follow up to a federal investigation. Yeah. The right to testify in Washington, D.C. Elijah Cummings. Like I said, this for President Trump. Elijah Cummings' legacy. Sending it to President Trump. I'm a prisoners industry whistleblower. Prison industry whistleblower. That's what I'm doing. Yeah. Use that war on drugs to incarcerate the black community. Public accommodations. And you abuse the powers of the state's attorney's office. Slavery reinvented under the 13th Amendment. That's Judge Boris. Like I said, this is a PDF file. And it names everything. Got everything that I've been doing for the last 13 years. Notarized. When I talk about Murphy and say he a sellout, I can say it with pride. That's 2016. Thank you for contacting our office. Yeah, y'all don't want to participate in this. Y'all don't want to defend me because y'all getting paid off that plate. Y'all getting paid off that plate. There it goes. Return of property. Personal property. I never got my property. My lawyers participated in this fraud. John Bailey, Karen Levy. Yeah. They stole property the same way that Schellenberger stole property. Public notice. I gave you a public notice. Baltimore City, Baltimore County, and Lake County, Illinois. I laid it all on the line. I gave it all to y'all. Governor O'Malley, Governor Quinn, the Maryland Attorney General, the Attorney General, and President Obama. Obama asked for the investigation. Nobody never did it. That's Marilyn Mosby. When I say she ain't doing her job, she's not. She won't respond to this. She won't deal with this. And when I see her in Annapolis, we're going to ask her about that. That's President Obama. That's Valario. That's Zirkin. The same thing that I did to Clippinger. The same thing that I did to Mr. Smith. Y'all denying black people to defend their rights in Baltimore. That's chapter 234, Senate Bill 374. All right? That's Senate Bill 374. It's already a law on the books. It's already on the books to access the grand jury. And I want this to be in front of the grand jury. That's David Irwin from 2007. Talking about the 86 CF 293 case. I was innocent of those charges. Supreme Court Judge Cox, Hogan. Yeah. I want to. Yeah. Book, Baltimore Rewired. Yeah, it breaks down all of y'all. It shows you who knew what and when. $750,000 in lost income. Now it's up to $2.6 million. Identity theft, credit card fraud, check fraud, filing false papers with the courts. Article 3, criminal law. Yeah. I got the law, and I know the law. But you deny black people their rights under the law. Civil rights violations. Grand jury minutes. Grand jury requests. Yeah. I've been denied my rights as a black man in America. So, just like Dred Scott, we have no rights. These are inmates that the ACLU left in jail. 138 inmates. They asked for the help. 138 inmates. I got some of them to sign on to this. That's Johnny Oleski asking for a federal investigation. Right there. In 2019. And y'all ain't did it yet. That's Johnny Oleski. That's the case right there. Julian Jones, 2017. City, county, state, and federal levels. I'm showing you the corruption, and I'm showing you the racism and the racketeering and fraud in your courts, in your government. That's Chief Hyatt and Johnny Oleski. They won't answer and respond. That's Johnny Oleski. That's my whistleblowers to the comptroller. I need a federal and state audit. That's Peter Francott. Forged checks from 2008. Yeah, we want the forged checks and see who didn't pay taxes. Like I said, the state's attorney ain't do nothing about this. Mosby. They don't protect black people's rights. I'm the owner. I'm the owner. All that is my property. I was insured for $1 million against terrorism. Nobody should have been on my property. See that? That's the comptroller. See that? If you suspect tax fraud regarding your federal tax returns, it is your responsibility to contact the Internal Revenue Services. I am providing you with the contact information. I contacted my police department. That police department, that's right there. I contacted the police department. They didn't do nothing. That case right there. It says right here, contact your police department. See who that is? Administrative Office of the Controller. So you're not doing your job. You're shielding the corruption through your offices. I went to the IRS. Right there. I went to the IRS. And I reported you to the IRS. And this is what the controller gave me. No money was turned in 2008. No money was turned in, but they made a lot of money in 2008. Yeah. Y'all owe me for a 1999 Chevy Suburban. That's $6,000. Y'all owe me money. Y'all owe me property. And these are the people that know about it. That's the case right there. That's the case right there. Davis. Judge Starks. Disqualifications. Yeah. I gave you the law and I gave it to you in such a legal way, and the NAACP knew all about it. Kwesi and Fume. This is the NAACP and the role that they play in mass incarceration. See that? On April 7th, 2007, I contacted Chief Justice Roberts of the Supreme Court, making a movie about the war on drugs. Illinois versus Dwayne Davis. Respectfully submitted. Dwayne G. Davis. That's my sisters and my nieces, and they signed off on this. That's President Obama. That's Jane Miller. That's President Obama. That's Governor Hogan. That's Scott Schellenberger. That's Mayor Pugh. That's Mayor Stephanie Rawlins Blake. That's Scott Schellenberger. That's Moxley. That's Chief Hyatt and the state prosecutor. Chief Hyatt and the state prosecutor won't open their mouth. That's President Trump. That's State's Attorney Mosby. That's Johnny Oleski. That's Mayor Stephanie Rawlins Blake. That's the IRS. That's Eric Holder. That's Jane Miller. That's Governor Hogan. That's Governor Hogan. That's the Department of Justice. That's the State's Attorney's Office. Department of Justice, Al Repmer, My Insurance Corporation, Brian Frost, and Mayor Pugh. Brian Frost got this, and Mayor Pugh. That's Francott. We talking about victims' rights. That's Francott. I want a federal and a state audit. That's Weinblatt and Francott. I want a federal and state audit on Paul Weinblatt, Jake Davis, James Hammond, and Shorty's Underground Ribs. A $2.6 million in lost wages, fraud, embezzlement, and the state participated in this.